what you're seeing here, and I'll go through the entire thing, is what's part of the starter pack. So in the starter pack, you'll get Captain Jack Sparrow, Mr. Incredible, Sully from Monsters University, and a playset piece. Now the playset piece is how you unlock the open world, story-driven adventure. For the starter pack, this one represents Monsters University, Pirates, and the Incredibles. And it actually would go back here on the base, which you also get in the starter pack. So for instance, if I wanted to play in the Incredibles world, I'd put this one here, and then I put Mr. Incredible down, and then voila, I could be in Metroville fighting Syndrome and all of his villainous hordes. Or, you know, because this also has pirates, I can put this one down with Jack Sparrow, and then I get teleported to the Caribbean, where I have to stop Davy Jones from collecting Kraken's Bane before it's too late. And then I could also put down Sully, and then I go into Monsters University, and this is where I have to, during this scare week of sorts, I have to actually defeat the other university fear tech and prove that we have the most school spirit during this particular spirit week. It'll also come with one random, let me grab one. Oh, come here, you. Which one do I want to grab? Excuse me, as I stretch. Here we go. Let's grab this one. It'll come with one random power disc. So power discs come in two flavors. They come in this hexagonal one and the circular one. You only get one in the starter pack, but I'll explain how this works. So these circular ones actually go underneath where the character is. So you put the character on, and it's actually like a bonus. So this particular one gives you more defense. It's I believe it's Finn's shield, if I remember correctly. So you can stack up to two of these underneath the character spot. Also, if you have two of them, sometimes it'll actually produce a third alchemy effect. So for instance, like if I put this one on with Frankenweenie's Lightning Bolt, it would give me, I believe, a 4% reflection of damage rate. And that's pretty fun. So and that's how we're trying to sort of entice kids to try different versions and different things like this. Also, since we're still on the subject of power discs, there is, give me the Dumbo. Oh God, stretching sounds horrible on the video, I know. Okay, so we also have these hexagonal ones. These work inside of a toy box. So these two I have here, these actually will allow me to theme out my toy box to look like Nightmare Before Christmas. So this is actually all the textures in the level will change, and this one will change the sky, so it has that very iconic, you know, moon and what have you. Those would go back here. As I said, they only work in toy box, so you don't have to worry about the playset piece. Now, these hexagonal ones also unlock virtual toys. This particular virtual toy I have in front of me is Dumbo. It's actually modeled after the ride from the parks for anyone who's been. And this is actually considered a rare power disc. Yes, we do have rarity with the power discs. This particular one, how it's signified by that is it's actually this orange border, and it actually has a lenticular hologram, so you can go up and down, and it does that fun thing. You can stack up to 3 on this back row for toy box, and then once you put it down, Dumbo would appear in game, and you can fly around with it. So that is pretty much, oh, let me go through some of the character packs too. So you guys understood the starter pack, so I'll move this away so we don't get distracted. So we're going to be selling Infinity figures in a variety of ways. For instance, Mater, you're going to be able to purchase, and he'll be a standalone character. Which, by the way, I hope you enjoy all the detailing. He even got his tow hook. It's an amazing looking toy. I wish you guys could hold it. So
we can.
Yeah, it's coming through the TV. So he's an example of like what would be just a standard, you know, standalone character. Now, we're also going to sell character 3 packs. So right here, we have Mrs. Incredible, Barbossa, and Mikey. And this would be considered a character 3 pack. It's called the Companions pack. It's actually really cool because Mikey's in university, he still has his retainer. I think it's a really nice little detail. So that's an example of a 3 character pack. Now, the really fun stuff. This is what the Cars Playset expansion pack looks like. So you would get Lightning McQueen, Holly Shiftwell, and then this, which is the landmark piece, playset piece, excuse me, that would allow you to go into Radiator Springs. And the whole story behind this playset is you're actually cleaning up Radiator Springs and getting ready because the Piston Cup's coming to town. So it's like really huge. You get to customize like the city a bit, you get to clean it up, and then eventually Schick Hicks, who's the bad guy of that playset, shows up and actually starts just causing trouble because he doesn't really care about the race. He just wants to mess everything up for the good old game from Radiator Springs. So yeah, that's sort of how they break down at retail. Our kind PR people will give you an answer on the pricing, hopefully. Some of the other characters we just hadn't gone through. So in The Incredibles, we also have Violet and our favorite Dash. So actually my favorite is Violet, but I'll get to a reason why in a second. Dash, just like all the rest of The Incredibles, has his character specific powers. So he has super speed, so he can run really fast. When he does combat, instead of like Mr. Incredible hitting an enemy 3 times, he only can hit an enemy like 300 times, and then eventually they'll be defeated. But he has super speed, so it sort of helps. Now Violet. She is perhaps one of the strongest characters in the game. She has both her force field to protect herself, and she can turn invisible. But we got to work with Pixar, and Pixar allowed us to sort of expand her powers, so now she can actually project her force fields. So she can start throwing them at enemies, and very, very quickly, like when you see the video or any of the stuff in the playset, it's explosive. She can just start destroying Omnidroids left and right. It's part of the reason she's a huge fan favorite to all the guys in Salt Lake City at Avalanche. Now, some more villainous characters. We have Davy Jones, who's another character you can play inside the Pirates playset. What's fun about him is, so all the pirates have like a unique combos and stuff like that, but his I actually like because he actually uses his peg leg boot, or peg leg just in general, at the end of his combo, and gives a nice little kick to the chest of the character you're fighting. Plus he uses his claw for defense, and he actually uses it as a weapon as well, like a blunt hit, which is sort of fun. And then everyone's favorite, Syndrome. So yeah, Syndrome has 0-point energy, like you might remember from the feature film. So he can actually immobilize a target, and he basically, when he immobilizes it, raises it above his head, and then he can effortlessly, I'm talking really well today, throw that character a very, very long way, which is really, really cool. Then, dun, 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 Francesco, triple speed. So Francesco is another character you can play inside the Cars playset. Very, very fun character. I've always liked him from Cars 2, but it's just me. What's really fun, so all the Cars characters, they are the only ones that are going to have turbo in the game, so that'll make them some of the fastest vehicles. And also they have a tow hook function. So it isn't just Mater anymore that can tow stuff. These characters can also tow various objects behind them, and you can actually level up that ability as you play through their playset. So that's sort of everything we can talk about in a nutshell. Do you guys have any questions? Did I blow your mind? Yeah. Sweet, that's great. I'm so excited. That's awesome.
I have one question.
Of course.
You've talked about that we get content from the Disney Channel and Disney, but how about Marvel and Star Wars licenses?
We're not ready to talk about that stuff yet, but the whole thing is, most certainly I would love to. But we haven't announced everything yet. Like I said, we have over 30 toys at this point. And it's like, when we first announced the game back on, January 18th, it was funny because everyone's like, well, where's this character and where's that character? It's like, guys, we just announced today. We can't show everything off. We have to have a little bit of a PR campaign. I know you're excited. I'm excited too. I've said it, the toys already. They're mine. But no, we'll definitely be announcing more stuff in the near future. And it's very, very exciting stuff. Trust me, you'll like it. Any other questions?
Yes, when can we buy it?
Perfect question. So it's coming out in the United States August 18th, and it's coming out the rest of the world August 20th. So get your pennies ready. It's going to be a lot of fun.